My name is Destiny Ulrich, and today I'm going to be doing a vaginal cytology on the dog. So I have my speculum. I'm actually using an otoscope, but I have a large opening, so my cotton swab will not touch it and contaminate the sample. So we have our dog placed in sternal recumbency, and she is anesthetized. So I'm just gonna place some lubricant on the end of this. Okay. Get my swab ready. And this is a sterile swab. So the labia, it does have some swelling in it. This dog is in heat. So we'll just split this, turn on my light source. And I am going dorsally, so I don't go into the urethral opening, but rather into the cervix. Okay, so I know I'm in the cervix. Okay, so now that I have my speculum in the vagina, I'm going to use a drop of sterile saline and moisten the end of my swab. And then I can take it and very carefully, without contaminating the swab, can go in and roll the swab gently. Okay, so I'll take that out. So the discharge that we got, it has a little bit of a yellow appearance. And I'm just rolling it, I'm not rubbing it. So we'll let that dry, we're not gonna heat fix it. But there's no odor to the discharge, and it appears to be normal, so we'll make note of that. Okay, so now we are ready to stain our slide. I'm just gonna write the patient's name on here. All right. Let's just get this together. Okay, so we're going to start with 10 slow dips in the first stain. Second one. To our third. Go ahead and rinse the back of our slide with some distilled water. Let that air dry for just a little bit longer, and then we'll be able to read it. Okay, so now we're ready to read our vaginal cytology. So I'm just going to slide this into my microscope, and I'm going to start on the lowest power, bring it into focus. All right, and then I'll switch to my higher power, 10. And I'm just gonna scan for any large debris. Okay, and so then I will go to my highest power, and I will count my average number of cells per high-powered field and average them. So here I have my report. Basal cells, I didn't see any per high-powered field. Parabasal cells and foam cells the same. The metaestral cells, I averaged about 5 per high-powered field. There was a lot of clumps of them, so I kind of had to average that. Red blood cells, just an occasional one, 1 to 2 per high-powered field. White blood cells, I saw a lot of neutrophils. A lot of the fields were too numerous to count, so I'm just going to report that as greater than 10 per high-powered field. Intermediate cells, also the same, greater than 10 per high-powered field due to the clumping. Superficial cells, maybe an average of 1 per high-powered field. Some fields didn't have any in them, others had multiple in them, so an average of 1. Bacteria, I saw coccoid bacteria, a lot of them too numerous to count, so greater than 10 per high-powered field. Mucus, not really. There was a bit of debris in my sample. Could have been from the swab, could have been from the stain precipitate. So this is my report for my vaginal cytology.